through all the comments, I went back. It was a rabbit hole. So thanks for all the comments in the last video. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these, a lot more onboards. I noticed there's not a lot of people doing that, but so many great comments in the last video. I'm especially going to be returning to one of the Defilers comments, which led me down this giant rabbit hole. I literally went one by one through the field, screenshot. How many people are past this line? It was bothering me, and we're going to get into it. So we're going to talk about the top 8 onboard moments. None of them are well, some of them are interesting. None of them are surprises. But yeah, make sure to subscribe if you want to check more of this out. This is what we'll be doing a lot more of. So you know what to expect. So number 1, we're gonna start with K-Mags, and this gets into I don't know where I stand on this. I'm probably gonna let it show a little bit, but this does disappoint me a little bit. So if we're gonna hold tight to this rule, I think this is the rule that if we're gonna get super picky about, this might be the one that bothers me too. So K-Mag's clearly over the line. So this is onboard 1 of the 8. Well, again, I'll be pretty quick. His tires are they already suck. Clearly over the line. But that's not the thing that I think draws attention to it. It's this, once he pops it up, he starts to roll. He actually rolls quite a bit. And we'll get to the other driver who does the same thing and doesn't get caught. 2 of the drivers, but one of them doesn't roll. You probably know who that one is. So here's K-Max in real time. So he's fine, stationary, boom. That's pretty bad. Noticeable. You see everyone immediately kind of move. So that was pretty bad. That one makes sense to me why he got caught. I don't know if he didn't roll. I don't know that he would have gotten caught, to be honest with you. So that was pretty egregious, though. If you look at where his position is, as it relates to the line, and this does matter because we're going to look at a couple other drivers who I think are in violation. So as you can see here, it's clear as day. There is space and separation. You hear Martin Brundle talking about it. If you actually listen to the race, and obviously this is going to be team radio, so you can't hear them, but they're saying the same things. So let's come over here to, actually, you know, we're not going to get to Max. Let's look at his teammate, Pierre Gasly. So Gasly, in my opinion, I think that's pretty clear. That's not as bad as K-Mag, but that's pretty bad. It's noticeable. And I went through one by one. Not one other person is pushing it like this. Well, one other driver is. And interestingly, we'll play it live in about 3 seconds. Right there. That's enough to me. That's not as bad. I mean, but come on. I mean, why these guys are elite drivers. Why push it? Honestly, that was pretty bad to me. But the one that disappointed me was Defiler made a really good. I didn't even think to look at this. That is pretty bad. He doesn't roll, though. I will say that he doesn't roll like the other drivers, but that's pretty bad. Come on. I'm actually surprised that didn't get caught. Gasly didn't roll too much. He's in the back of the grid. This probably should have been caught, though. And I'll hit play here real time just so you can see. Honestly, this will never be any of us, but I don't know. Maybe, who knows? But talk about absolute pure panic. And every time I watch this, obviously all you got is Leclerc on the left. Once you see this happen, it looks way worse from his perspective. So first of all, that's pretty bad, this little spot right here. Secondly, let's play this real time, just so you can see the absolute panic and pandemonium around him. And then we'll get to Lewis Hamilton. Oh, God, like, pass. And then he's got to fight and turn with his corner. To his credit, though, held his own. That could have went worse for him. Not much in terms of the start, but he could have lost his head there. So so we looked at Gasly. I thought it was interesting looking at Hamilton going around, because I think honestly this was a really quick decision and move by Hamilton too, because he doesn't have all the time in the world to make this choice based on Verstappen's anti-stall. So let's look. I just thought it was interesting. Number 4 of the top 8. Like right there, he's got to make a call. And I just thought that was interesting to see his reaction time. You see like this, boom, right there. And I think that does a lot for him. So that's another interesting onboard. I don't know. Maybe this was super boring. I've actually never seen a pit lane. I've never watched the pit lane start with F1 TV. Obviously, you just go, oh, someone, George Russell starting from the pit, but you never actually seen it. I thought it was kind of cool. Like they hold the warmers on the whole time, and he exits pit lane. God, that would be so depressing watching them turn. Kind of anticlimactic now that I played here. And then the last three, this one's interesting, and I left the one for the end. I don't know what it means, and I'm not even going to make an assumption. I want you guys to hear it because I don't think a lot of people heard. I haven't seen anyone talk about it, and I think it's interesting. And it says a lot about what happened with Leclerc and Verstappen. So this is the one that was a genius move on Ferrari, and then they blew it with the 6-second pit. But I thought this was, first of all, just interesting to watch the pandemonium happen. Like they forgot the tires somehow, and then a Ferrari tech almost gets absolutely mauled by Bottas's car here. And I saw it happen mid-race, but once they slowed it down, you see him drop the tire. I didn't actually go back and look from Bottas's perspective. I thought that'd be kind of interesting. But as you can see here, he almost destroys this guy. Right there. Like, that is closer than it looks. And you can just see them all panicking. Because this is such a smart thing for Vettel to do. And this guy, goodness gracious, drops the tire and almost gets just his life ended. Okay, so the last two, a lot of people ask if you didn't catch it. So when they're P1, their cam is behind him, and so it's kind of, again, it's anticlimactic a little bit in my opinion. But I did want to play the 20 seconds, and this is 69. This is the actual pass, not like the head fake pass where Leclerc gets back around him. So you can't really see much once he turns in because he loses him. Max edges ahead there, like right there. That's where they almost touch, and then they come right back into each other right there. Pretty much immediately, Max gets on team radio and says, and then you get Leclerc saying that. And so, nothing too new there. Here's the one that I'm not even going to comment on, other than to set it up. So, this is lap 68. This is the turn. So, this is one lap before the pass on the same exact turn. So, I guess this is turn 2, turn 1 or turn 2. But it's the exact same spot, one lap before. And this is the one, if you remember mid-race, it looks like Max gets around him, and Leclerc goes, yeah, he left me room here. And I want you to hear what is said over radio, and I'll leave it at that. And after hearing this, everything makes a little bit more sense. But maybe I'm late to this. You guys will let me know immediately. That's what this channel is here for. Is I want everyone to say exactly what you're thinking. But listen to this. Let's see if I can turn it up. All right. It's after the turn it's after they make the turn, and then it's a very short radio message, but you'll hear it. Right, coming up here. That's interesting to me. Actually, I'm not even going to say why, because I don't want to cause controversy. But first of all, that doesn't sound like his engineer, but let's just assume it is. And again, someone will pop on and good. Someone will tell me, yes, that's his engineer. But notice at the time he says it, when he says it, and probably why he says it. Because you got to remember, in this exact same spot, one lap later, the incident occurs. So if that's his engineer whinging about the fact, like, if that's his engineer basically saying he doesn't want to say it in plain English, you let him by, he's basically advocating for the incident on the next lap. So I'm going to hold my judgment. Obviously, Red Bull thought this through, and I'm obviously not on the team. I don't know what is actually said. I don't know what that's actually supposed to mean. But if that means what I think it means, that's lap 68, lap 69, same turn, the incident occurs. So I thought that was fascinating. I thought that was interesting. I think this says a lot about the incident in terms of if this happens again, hey, maybe Max, maybe don't let him by. So what do you guys think? Let me know what you think. And yeah, I'll be making some more content like this. If you want more onboards and stuff, let me know. If this content's too long, let me know. Subscribe if you want. Doesn't matter to me. I just want to give you guys a cool look at some onboard stuff, give you some honest opinions, and hopefully you feel free to do the exact same thing back. So thanks, guys. See you soon. I'll be making a lot more of this, and thanks for checking this out.